Nemesis is closing at Alton Towers at the end of this season. The world's most intense ride experience, just a very famous ride and a very well-known ride, and a ride that's at the top of a lot of people's lists and rankings, and also at the top of a lot of people's bucket lists if they haven't ridden it already. It opened in 1994 and, well, yeah, an official closing date has been announced by the park. That closing date being the 6th of November 2022. Now what they don't tell you in these posts is that this ride will reopen. We all knew about this project that is going on. We've known about it it's been rumoured for a few years. I think we learnt about it at the start of this season, just before the start of the season. And yeah, it's officially been announced now, but it's been announced as if it's closing forever, and it isn't. For anyone who doesn't know, Nemesis is receiving a retrack. It's a 28-year-old ride, it requires some work, it's very iconic. No one wants Nemesis to get removed, and the park definitely wouldn't want that, and the guests certainly wouldn't want that, the vast majority of them anyway. So obviously work is required, it can't operate forever as it is, so changes and work and extended maintenance is required, and that unfortunately is going to require a full season of not operating pretty much, so they can retrack from the top of the lift hill through until just before the final brake run. So yeah, original Nemesis, the track that has obviously been there since '94 will no longer be here, apart from the lift hill and the brake run and the station. But this will improve the ride experience to Nemesis. It'll prolong its operational life, which is much appreciated by fans of the ride. Maybe smoothing it out a bit as well. It's not a rough coaster, but any ride can be made smoother at the end of the day. And yeah, it will just be a fresh Nemesis ride when it reopens, presumably in 2024. So yeah, it's closing at the end of this season, which, well, I think it's the last day of the season anyway. I don't think they've made any extensions this year. So it's the 6th of November, and Nemesis might be a little busy that day. It'll be closing on the 6th of November, and yeah, remaining closed throughout all of 2023 pretty much. I'm sure lots more announcements are yet to be made as to how they're going to go about this. Are they going to have to close all of Forbidden Valley for the season? Because how do you get to Galactica? Like, there's that path on the other side of Blade, but like, are they going to keep the full area closed, or do they have a rough idea on when it'll reopen? Yes, we think it'll be 2024, but you know, will it be early 2024? Will it be summer 2024? Will it be October 2024? Or will it be spring 2025? This includes a replacement of the track, some of the supports as well, and one of the biggest changes, which will be kind of noticeable I guess if you like geeky, but it's not going to be a massive, like, it's nothing too bad I don't think, because there are rides like this and they still have a roar to them. But basically Nemesis's roar won't be as loud because they will be filling the new track with sand. Yeah, they obviously didn't do that back in 1994 and around that time, and it's obviously a thing that they do now. But I believe Inferno has sand, that might be wrong, and that has a good roar to it. There's a coaster that has had similar treatment to this in Florida, the Incredible Hulk coaster. From people who have ridden that, I've heard that it's made a massive improvement to that ride. So if that project has got anything to go off for Nemesis and how it'll change the ride and whether it'll ruin it or improve it, we're in for a treat. As I did mention at the start of the video though, to someone who isn't an enthusiast and isn't so much in the loop with all of the news and like the rumours, because nothing had obviously been officially announced before today. The social media posts that I'll put on the screen now, I'll put the tweet on the screen now, and the link to it will be in the description as always. Feels like winter giving these news updates. Not long to go, unfortunately. But yeah, to someone who isn't so knowledgeable and doesn't follow them as closely as us enthusiasts, those posts seem like it could be a permanent closure to Nemesis, and people will be so concerned. They'll be like, oh wow, is it permanent? Like, why are you closing your best ride? And some I've seen comments of, and yeah, like, it can leave people worried. Like, they need to clarify that this is for a retrack, this is for maintenance, and it will reopen in 2024. So if you didn't know that, you're welcome. Another thing as well, it is a shame, of course, as I've mentioned, to lose original Nemesis. Like, it'll no longer have its originality, and the fact that it's been there since 1994, not all of it anyway. Obviously the Raw as well for geeks is kinda sad, but it will still have a Raw, I'm sure. And yeah, but overall it's a good thing. Obviously the posts do look like it's announcing a permanent closure, but in reality what they're doing to it is preventing that permanent closure from needing to happen. So that obviously goes well appreciated for us enthusiasts and fans of the ride. Like, a lot of people love Nemesis. It's a special ride to a lot of people, including myself. Like, it's given me a lot of memories over the years. It was probably my second inverting roller coaster after Revolution. It could have even been my first, I don't know. Can't remember. And yeah, I'll never forget National Rollercoaster Day 2019, meeting the creator of the ride, John Wardley, what a legend. And yeah, just that whole event for its 25th anniversary. And oh, to mention as well, If All Goes to Plan, it will open for its 30th anniversary in 2024, so that is pretty cool. That is a nice way to celebrate it by reopening it. They kept the ride open until an hour after park close as well. It was just a special day that day. It was a lot of fun. Free merch from that day as well. And there we go. I always make these news update videos into a ramble. Let me know in the comments what you think of this project. Are you happy about it? Are you sad about it? Are you annoyed? Like, do you love Nemesis? Are you looking forward to riding it in 2024? And yeah, me personally, I'm excited. And I don't have anything planned at the minute, but fingers crossed before the end of this season I can make it down to Alton Towers to have one last go on it. But so yeah, there we go. I think that's all there is to say. Nemesis is closing and reopening again a year later. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the screen to see more. I'll see you in the next video, whenever that'll be.